Hi everyone, delonewolf here, and welcome back to some EVE Online. And in today's video I want to talk a little bit about the latest devblog that has been released. So I will start with that. Let's go for the browser here and the devblog. The reason I really want to make this video very quickly is because it's about live events, it's about unlocking new stuff. So I think it's actually interesting to quickly go over this and mention to everyone that this event is actually happening. So we've got anomalous materials, the research race of YC116. A corporation from the Sisters of Eve has noticed that the sleepers in wormhole space showed some different types of behavior from what was previously known. Now, on the technical real life side of this, they just fixed a bug where the sleepers would no longer remote rep each other, but now they're adding a storyline angle to this, meaning that apparently some programming or something changed inside the sleepers, and this has prompted the Empire navies to ask the Capsuleers to bring neural network analyzers and sleeper data libraries to them to see if they can reverse engineer the code changes that have triggered this novel behavior. The idea here is that it's actually going to unlock some new tech for the Empires, and the Capsuleers, the players, can actually help in this by donating these neural network analyzers and these sleeper data libraries known as the blue loot from the sleepers to a character depending on which faction you want to support. So you've got Federation Navy, you've got Ovier Beauvais here. We are actually already donated some of these goods to him. You've got Caldari Navy, Hikemi Corrado. For the Republic fleet, you've got Heder Elislar, and then for the Imperial Navy you've got Ren Caretta. CCP is also going to periodically update this with numbers from individuals or from the Empires, you know, depending on how much they've gotten and how much individuals peoples have donated there. I'm actually pretty sure that on an individual level you don't want to expect to be able to compete here. I'm sure that some big wormhole entities have just thousands or even tens of thousands of these ready and will be willing to donate these. But it was an awesome opportunity. Yesterday, before I read the devblog, I actually went to sell some loot there, and all of a sudden I noticed buy orders for twice the price for these goods. So I thought, oh, this is a great opportunity. I'm just going to sell this to whoever apparently made some mistakes. But no, this was due to this devblog. Obviously this sleeper loot is in high demand at the moment because of this ongoing event. That's pretty cool, but I think what's more cool is what this could potentially mean when CCP says that this is going to unlock new technologies. And so the speculation is abound. I think the most likely is a rebalancing of tech tree ships. We know it's been in the works for some time. We just have never really known if it's like next in line or not. But I think that's the most likely consequence of this event will be like an update to tech tree ships. Another possibility is a new tech tree ship. We know that CCP has already said that they are planning new ships in the releases for this year. So yeah, that's only 2 left. So it would make sense if they would want to add a tech tree ship, that this would come as a result of this event. But I think either one or both of these is the most likely outcome of this event. So either rebalancing of tech tree ships and then possibly a new type of tech tree ship as well. The speculation, the wishful thinking, I would say, is of course going in a much broader sense. Stuff like sleeper incursions going on here and there. You know, that would of course be very cool, but honestly I don't think that will be in the plans for this event. But yeah, a nice little trigger, I would say, for live events. My brother also notified me of a dev post saying that the live events team is actually together. They're still making plans, but they're really hard at work to get something out to us before Christmas. So we're also going to keep one eye on the live events channel as well. Even though we do live in a wormhole now, I think with the high static we can always grab a quick ship and try to join a live event if and when it occurs. But yeah, just keep this in mind, guys. Until I think it's like Thursday next week, you can donate sleeper loot to these characters to support your your faction, your empire, and depending on the results, this may have an impact on what kind of technology will be unlocked by this strange new behavior from the sleepers. So I think it looks pretty cool. As an extra part of this video, it's not something that I usually do, but since we're only like 5 minutes in, I think I can do it. I'm going to answer a few questions that I've gotten through like the YouTube inbox. I usually try and respond, but I've actually been pretty busy and I've not really got the chance to stay on top of that very well. So let me see here who was asking for this one, if I can find it. Yeah. Mixals asks, can you please give me your Vexor Navy scanning fit in EVE Online? Now, I don't use a Vexor Navy issue, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be rather close to an Ishtar, and it's probably also like the ship you would fly before going to an Ishtar for exploration. So I'll quickly show you my Ishtar fit once again. This is not a greedy Ishtar, this is actually what I'm using at the moment if I go to HiSec, so that I can actually do sites in pretty much any type of space, and I think it can probably give you a good basis to also fit a Vexor Navy issue. So I'm using a cloaking device because I'm here in Wormhole space. If you stay in HiSec, maybe you could do something like a Salvager. Salvager 2 in there. I think that could help in some instances to speed things up a little bit, or a couple of guns if you have the power grid and CPU for that. Obviously Sister Core probe launcher, I think you want this one as quickly as possible. It's definitely worth it just because of how much better it works. I've got one large shield induction. Why the hell is that still in there? Because I actually have the shield tank going, so I'm gonna have to switch that out for something better here. Micro warp drive, if you're doing exploration you want that micro warp drive. Cargo scanner, not everyone likes to use this, but I feel you do save a lot of time in data sites for this by finding out if there's empty containers. Data analyzers, because in HiSec data analyzers make you good money. And then one omnidirectional tracking link 2. I've got both scripts available. Then for the tank I go for 1 damage control, 1 medium armor repair, 1 energized adaptive, and 1 explosive membrane to close the explosive gap that your Vexor will also have, and then 1 drone damage amplifier. In the rig slots I put 2 medium sentry damage augmenters. This is of course the greedy Ishtar that's been modified a little bit to survive in different types of space. So I do think you could get like caps rigs in there, or maybe armor rigs to increase your defenses a little bit. But if you want to go for offense, maybe sentry damage augmenter could be good. I do a lot with the guard days, honestly. Then obviously the scripts, and then I've got 10 hobgoblins, 5 hammerheads, 5 salvage drones, 5 ogres, and 5 guards. I don't think you'll be able to store that much in your Vexor Navy issue, but you can play around a little bit. I'd say definitely take a flight of smalls, a flight of salvage drones, and then depending on the room, maybe 5 guards or 5 ogres. It really depends on what your preferred playstyle and your skills are, but I hope that this, if you watch this Mixals, I hope that this can help inspire you a little bit for a Vexor Navy issue fit. And if someone else has one, feel free to put that in the comments. I'm sure that for people that don't actually fly the Ishtar yet, but plan to go there, a Vexor Navy issue is a logical first step to try and fit and start the activity of HiSec exploration. So yeah, feel free to share that with them, guys. And then another question I've gotten is after an EVE talk from Zabas12. A question I have regarding the next release. Do you think that changes in the next release regarding jump fatigue and range of jump freighters will make the market for Tech 2 components and materials go crazy? Is it better right now to invest in Tech 2 because after the release there will not be enough supply for those markets? It's a strong possibility. I think a lot of people are predicting something like that. Maybe the materials, they could become a bottleneck if we also see a war of opportunity by some parties because of these changes. This could also significantly disrupt supply from Tech 2 materials that can only come from nullsec. I like this line of reasoning, and I think there's a high chance that this is correct. But keep in mind, this is EVE Online. This is probably the most competitive market in the world, I would say. Everyone is on top of every shred of news, of change, of action in the game. So You have to be sure of yourself, and but I think this is a correct analysis. The nerfing of the logistics and of the jump freighters is bound to have an effect on stuff that is being exported by nullsec. I think that's a very good point. I'm planning to try and keep an eye on all of this, on the moon materials during EVE talk. It's always hard to predict what the market is going to do. But Zabas12, I would say that your line of reasoning is absolutely correct, and that investing in Tech 2 materials right now could be a good investment. And of course, if this turns out to be true, I think an added and expected effect will be increased prices for all the actually finished Tech 2 products. So yeah, there's opportunities in there, I think, for people that can read the market correctly and gamble, I guess, a little bit on the impact that these changes will have. But I like your analysis, Sabas. I think it could be right on the money, but of course, you never know. I'm not here to give you guys advice or anything like that, but yeah, if the jump fatigue and range of jump freighters will make the market for Tech 2 components and materials go crazy, since a lot of that stuff has to come out of nullsec, I would say that that is very likely to happen. So yeah, there you go, couple questions as well. And maybe just to finish, the question was asked, but he had already found it as well. But in case people want to know where to get the new notification system, just press escape in the general settings. You have on the bottom left new notifications beta. You can just press enable and then you'll have that. And if you want to move the icon, you just have to click and hold for a few seconds, and then it will become a little bit larger, and then you can move it around, place it where you want, release once again, and there it is. So yeah, the new notification system, if you don't know where to find it, it's here as well. And yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. We are definitely going to keep an eye on the live events. This sleeper stuff is not exactly frapsable, but I think it's interesting, and hopefully it's going to sound the beginning of some actual in-game live events that we can participate in. Other than that, we're still enjoying the wormhole at the moment, and I'll keep you guys up to date as much as possible. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.